The Falcons are riding high with a 4-2 record, looking for their fourth straight win this weekend at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. But there's been some recent news that has some fans concerned. Before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss the latest updates on the Atlanta Falcons. Now, let's dive in. But we just learned that we'll be without two key defenders, and that's going to shake things up. Head coach Raheem Morris announced at his press conference that linebacker Troy Anderson and outside linebacker Lorenzo Carter have officially been ruled out for Sunday's game. Let's start with Troy Anderson. He's been an absolute force for us, and many of you will remember that he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week after that insane performance against the Saints earlier this season. Unfortunately, he suffered a knee injury on special teams in our Week 4 win over New Orleans. He's missed the last two games and will now be out for the third straight game. In his absence, Caden Ellis, Nate Landman, and rookie J.D. Bertrand will be stepping up to fill the linebacker role. Landman made his return last week against the Panthers, and if you were watching, you saw him force 2 fumbles, so hopefully he can bring that same energy against Seattle. Now, onto Lorenzo Carter. This one stings, too. Carter was initially listed as out due to illness, but it turns out he's dealing with a concussion. He's been in the concussion protocol this week and unfortunately didn't clear it in time for the game. With Carter out, we'll be leaning more on Arnold Ebiketie, who's already had a solid season with 4 quarterback hits and 1 tackle for loss. But here's the thing, Carter plays a little over 50% of the team's defensive snaps, while Ebiketie's been on the field for just over 40%. So we're going to need him to step up in a big way to fill that gap. And that's not all. We've got another situation to watch closely, safety Justin Simmons, our former All-Pro. He's dealing with a hamstring injury that he picked up during last week's win over the Panthers. Simmons has been limited in practice all week and is officially listed as questionable for Sunday. Now, we all know how important he is to our defense, especially since we're going up against the Seahawks, who have one of the most dangerous passing attacks in the league. If Simmons can't go, Richie Grant will step in next to Jesse Bates III in the secondary. Falcons defensive coordinator Jimmy Lake said he has full confidence in Grant, who's been getting snaps and performing well in practice. But still, we all know how big of a difference Simmons makes out there. There's more on the injury front. Cornerback Antonio Hamilton is also questionable due to a back injury. He's been limited in practice, and with Simmons already in question, Hamilton's status puts even more pressure on our depth at safety and cornerback. Hamilton's a versatile guy who can play both positions, so losing him would definitely strain our defense, especially against a Seahawks team that can spread the ball around. On the brighter side, there's some good news. Robinson, Matt Judon, and Nate Landman, all of whom were limited earlier in the week, are expected to be good to go. Robinson's had some rest, and Judon's absence was not injury-related, so no need to worry there. We'll need all hands on deck against Seattle, especially with the injuries piling up on defense. So, looking ahead to Sunday, this game is shaping up to be a big test for us. The Seahawks are coming in with a 3-3 record, but don't let that fool you, they've got a lot to prove. They've lost 3 in a row, and you know they're going to come into the Mercedes-Benz Stadium hungry to turn things around. DK Metcalf is a beast at wide receiver, and Kenneth Walker has been a problem for defenses in the run game, so our defense is going to have its hands full. With Anderson and Carter out, and Simmons and Hamilton questionable, it's going to be all about that next man up mentality. But hey, Falcons fans, we're on a streak, and we know this team has what it takes to keep it going. The offense has been clicking under Kirk Cousins, Drake London has been putting up numbers, and if our defense can hold up, we have a real chance to make it 4 wins in a row. So, what do you guys think? Can our defense hold up without 2 of our key starters? Are you confident in guys like Ebiketie and Landman taking on bigger roles? And how concerned are you about the injuries to Justin Simmons and Antonio Hamilton? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Now, if you've been paying attention to the Falcons' offense this year, you've definitely noticed that Drake London is on fire. This guy is having the kind of breakout season that every fan dreams of, and guess what? He's dreaming about it too. Before the season even started, London set what he calls outlandish goals for himself. And boy, is he making those dreams come true. In just 6 games, London has already tied his career high with 4 touchdowns and is sitting pretty with 428 receiving yards, putting him in the top 10 in the league. That's right, our guy is number 8 in receiving yards and number 3 in receptions. If he keeps this up, he's on pace to completely crush his personal best 905 yards from last season. But beyond the stats, what makes him stand out is his versatility and the way he's embraced his role in the new offense. London said he's always been a dreamer, constantly imagining greatness for himself and the team. And the coaching staff had their own vision for him, too. When head coach Raheem Morris and offensive coordinator Zach Robinson met before the season, they knew exactly how they wanted to use London differently. They saw his size and skill set. He's 6'4", 215 pounds, and thought, hey, this guy could be our version of a Puka Nacua, referring to last year's star rookie receiver. London has been moved to a new role, often playing out of the slot, which gives him more opportunities to create mismatches and dominate defenders. But get this, London's role isn't just about catching passes. He's become a key piece in our run game as well. He's blocking like a tight end out there. You know how serious the Falcons are about their run game, and London's been helping lead the charge. Offensive line coach Dwayne Ledford even gave London the team's weekly run-blocking belt after our Week 2 win against the Eagles. That's right, he's out there putting in work, not just racking up receiving yards, but being a critical part of the ground attack. London mentioned that while people are now noticing his blocking, he's been doing it for a while. It's just that now he's making so much noise in other areas, it's catching everyone's attention. Now I'm on ESPN, he said, and he's absolutely right. People are taking notice of how complete his game has become. And let's talk about those classic Drake London plays we've come to love. He's still going up and snagging those 50-50 balls, making seemingly impossible catches. According to Next Gen Stats, London leads the league in tight window targets with 18, and he's caught 9 of them. That's an incredible stat and shows just how reliable he is in making big-time, contested catches. But what's been key to his success this year? London says it's the leadership around him, from the coaching staff to his connection with quarterback Kirk Cousins. That partnership has really started to blossom. Cousins and London have been putting in extra hours together, watching film and working on routes. There's constant communication between them, and it's paying off. Cousins even said that when he pushes London hard, it's because he wants to see him reach All-Pro and Pro Bowl status. That's the kind of chemistry that builds great teams, and it's awesome to see our number 1 receiver grow not just as a player, but as a leader on this squad. London knows there's still more work to be done, though. He's hungry for more success and is striving to be the best in every aspect of his game, whether it's catching, blocking, or being a leader in the locker room. And let me tell you, Falcons fans, the sky's the limit for this guy. So, Falcons Nation, what do you think? Could this be the year London truly breaks out as one of the league's elite receivers? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive Falcons updates. Go Falcons!